Grant Cardone is trying to start beef with Coffeezilla over a video that Coffeezilla put out over a year ago. I don't know why Grant Cardone all of a sudden out of nowhere started to talk about Coffeezilla. There are some theories, but he did post an Instagram post about this whole thing, kind of taking random shots at Coffeezilla, trying to make him seem dumb, and all it really came off is Grant looking like he might not be the brightest one.
Steven, man, look, big shout out, my friend. I want to give you a big shout out for sending me so much traffic, so many new clients, so many new customers. Bro, you're amazing. You're amazing. You pitch better than I do, bro. I'm serious. You're fucking the best, okay? Now, I do want to apologize to all your viewers and yourself directly. I want to walk it back. Not everybody can be a billionaire. Let me tell you who cannot be a billionaire. Number one, people that think like you, Steve.
So starting off hot with Grant Cardone here, opens up trying to thank Coffeezilla for making a video about him and saying it brought so much new traffic, which it probably did. It probably did bring some sort of new eyes to him. That's just how the internet works. Even if it's a bad thing, there's more attention to it. Coffeezilla's Logan Paul series brought Logan Paul more views, more fans, more subs. It's just how the internet works. So you can see Grant already doing his sales tactic to try to get you on his side and giving him money, because that's what he wants from you. He's going to go out and say that Coffeezilla, I was wrong. Not everyone can be a billionaire. Only people who think like you can. Obviously makes so much sense as long as you don't think about it. But Grant is absolutely wrong. Not everyone can be a billionaire, because if everyone is a billionaire, then nobody's a billionaire. But it really is his sales tactic on basically his entire brand, Grant Cardone's brand, and his real estate funds and everything that he's ever done is to sell to you, to get you to give him money so that he can continue on with whatever he's doing. And he does that by making you feel like you are inadequate, you're not enough, and you could do it all. You can be the person you dream to be if you only listen to Grant Cardone.
People that spend most of their time pimping out for Google, taking your little ad bitch dollars. You're criticizing other people that are successful because you gave up on it. Quitters will never make it. Loafers will never make it. You guys that stay home comfortable in your house, you're never going to make it. You ain't going to kill a brick. Shit, you probably won't even get $1 million, okay?
So same strategy. You can see it there. Make whoever you're talking to, pitching the sales to, feel like they're not enough and they're bad and it's their fault and that you can help guide them, right? Saying, you know, you're just lazy and you do this and you live in your mom's basement, which is like the typical insult, right? So if someone's like, well, I don't live in my mom's basement, and I'm not lazy, Grant Cardone can show me how to be a millionaire and maybe a billionaire. When the reality is, he can't. He very simply can't. Because if he could show you a very simple way to be a billionaire, then we get in the circular thing there where if he can teach you the easiest way to be a billionaire and anyone can be a billionaire, then everyone becomes a billionaire. And then we're back to square one, because if everyone's a billionaire, no one's a billionaire and nobody has any money. And then the status symbol would be quintillionaires, would be the new billionaires. So that's just how that's going to always work. And he talks about pimping out for Google ad rev. I think he said ad bits. I don't, maybe he's too old, getting up there in age and becoming a boomer. Grant, there is some news for you. YouTuber influencers, like the most sought after job or career path in the US, which you can have arguments. You can say that that's terrible and you could have a lot of valid points for that. But at the end of the day, it is very popular. So trashing something that a lot of people want and a lot of people have like a dream job about probably isn't your greatest approach. And maybe Grant Cardone is just a little jealous of Coffeezilla, right? They're both similar sized channels. Coffeezilla's exploded recently, but they're around the same sub count. And if you look at Grant Cardone's channel, the views, they're just not reflective of a 2 million plus subscriber channel. And if you look at Coffeezilla's, the other hand, his views are very good, very reflective of a successful channel and a successful YouTuber. And I think maybe Grant's a little jealous that Coffeezilla's found success, right? Grant used to be the big dog. He used to have more subs than Coffeezilla, and Coffeezilla was talking about him, and he didn't have to address it. But now, everything's flipped. Coffeezilla has extraordinarily more views than Grant Cardone, more support. Grant's fallen off. maybe this is his way to try to be relevant, try to get back in with the kids again. Well, let's finish up this video and see how Grant wraps this whole thing up, how his attack on Coffeezilla ends.
Okay, because you gave up. You guys that you're not willing to leave your mama's house. You still live in the basement, probably like Steven. Okay, you just want to make YouTube videos about other people that have done whatever it takes. And you guys that stay in college, you stay in college too long. You spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to college to waste 5 years of your life. But then you talk about $12,000 to get a seat at the table to come hang out with people that are winning. Too much money. You guys that save money, you bitches, you're never going to make it. I'm just keeping it real, okay? Steven, again, thank you so much. Coffeezilla, you guys are the best. Thank you for growing my platform. God bless. Be great. Kill a break.
So it doesn't end any better. He comes off as someone really self-conscious, right? Really maybe a little insecure in his own little platform here, because he's attacking Coffeezilla instead of defending himself about a year-old video. But that's pretty telling when someone, instead of goes after the ideas or what someone has said about you, if they're being critical and you can prove them wrong, do that. But if you're going to just personally attack them, then they're probably spot on with whatever they said. But the thing that Grant Cardone might be trying to cover up, take the eyes off of, and get a little attention off something else, he's probably praying that Coffeezilla makes a video or somehow responds to this so that he can get some attention off of this right here, class action lawsuit against him. And there's a lot of things, if you look into kind of Grant Cardone, both him as a person, his how he sells stuff, his funds, his real estate stuff, it gets really shady really quick. And this is just a 15-page lawsuit going after Grant Cardone and talking about him like soliciting or using social media to solicit people towards his funds. And he has some really wild claims on his funds about money that he can make and how the return he can get, and that he bought properties for one price but then said that he bought them for a different price to mark it up. It's so crazy, and it sounds exactly like what Grant Cardone would do. And if you think Grant Cardone is a level-headed, perfectly normal person with spectacular advice, then just listen to what he thinks somebody who makes $400,000 a year, what he thinks about them.
If I made 400 grand a year, I would be embarrassed with myself as a husband, a father, basically as a human being. 400 grand. How do you make sense of $35,000 a month? You guys haven't done the math. You have not done the math, because you cannot live on 400 grand a year.
That is some of the dumbest things I have ever heard. If you think you can't survive on $35,000 a month, $400,000 a year, you're the moron. You can't do math. If you think that $400,000 a year people can't get by on, people are getting by on 20, 30, 40 grand. The average income's like 50K. Like, people are getting by on drastically less than that. It is his sales tactic. So keep this in mind. Whenever you see Grant Cardone, his sales tactic is to make you feel bad about yourself so that you come to him for the solution. He forces a problem on you, makes you think that you're the problem and that, oh my God, if I'm not making $400,000 a year, that's trash. Like, I gotta do more than that. And then he'll conveniently offer you the solution to the problem that he created and made up in his own head. But Grant Cardone, he's always been the kind of shady salesman. I think when he first started, people were a lot more open to it. Now he's been around for a while. People are waking up to his tactics. They're seeing what he's doing, and there's a lot more of a crowd shifting away and saying, you know, this guy's kind of ridiculous. But he's trying to go after Coffeezilla, probably to hide his lawsuit, and we'll see how that ends out for him. But see what the lawsuit does and how it goes after Grant Cardone, and that seems to be what he's trying to tuck away and hide a little bit and try to get the internet, the eyes off that, even whatever eyes there are. I don't think there's too many people looking into that, and try to get it onto him in a Coffeezilla beef. That's gonna do it for this video. As always, remember to smash the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next